Hi, how are you? Welcome to Gold Nugget, JAW_success. If this is your first time to the channel, let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. Now, I would advise you, if this is your first time and you are just subscribing, that you will turn on your notification button so that each time I upload a video, that you would be able to get it right away. As well as I'm encouraging you to look at the other videos, listen to them. If you have been impacted by something said, leave a comment. All right. Now, today's nugget is not a follow-up, but it's an observation. And I would say to you, not just to face the day or take charge of the day, but I will say to you, make something out of every day. Now, as an individual moving to a new country with diverse weather patterns, I have observed a couple of things. And these observations, I have used the principles of them to apply to my own life in many respects. And the reason I have done this, it's that if you look at life, there are certain similarities or principles can be transferred from one place to another. And let me use this as an example. If you look at most living creatures, you'd realize that and I'll use just one limb of the body, the leg, you'll realize that the structure or biometrics or physiology of the leg is almost the same. If you look at the structure of, let's say, a frog leg to a chicken leg, you would realize that there is something. For me, I would look at it to say that it is as if the biometrics or the physiology of making a leg is improved upon for each what would you say, creature in the chain or up the chain. So when you look at it from that perspective, us human beings, since we are the highest on the chain, then we get the type of legs that basically can do much more than, or used to do much more than any other creature. All right. So if you, a frog can just jump with the leg, but can they hold stuff? We have had individuals who are born without hands and they themselves can use their legs to feed themselves and all of that, wash, and no other creature can do that. So it's as if the creator used the principle of making legs to improve upon it, or use it in diverse way as we go along. I guess I have stressed the point that principles can be used from one thing to another with its similarity. And so as I use that and as I said that, I want you to understand that the principles that I am talking about today is principles that I would love you to apply so that you can make something out of every day. Sometimes we face a particular day and we wonder, why is this way? But if we look at it from this perspective, every day is new. Now, what are the principles I've learned from the weather that I can use to apply to my life? The first one is there is diversity. You don't get up every day and it is just all sunshine. There are some days you're going to get up and it is rain. And as I said to you before, having left a country that had minor change in its four seasons. So when you look at, for example, in Jamaica, when it is summer, yeah, it feels a little bit hot. But when you look at the plants around, hardly anything has changed. When it's winter or it's Christmas season, yes, it gets a little bit cooler, but at the same time, you don't have much change. Yes, you may have one or two flowers blooming and coming up and all of that kind of stuff, but here in the UK, seasons are drastically different. Yes, And as a result of that, I realized that in life, we're going to have to operate with the knowledge that there are diversity in our lives. It won't be the same every day. So if you look at the faults you have, or you look at the shortcomings you have, they will not be with you forever if you apply yourself, or if you choose, right, to switch from one season to the next. We won't be happy all the time, and we sure, for heaven's sake, we will not be sad all the time. There are sometimes we will have joy, there are sometimes we'll have sadness, but guess what? At no time must we forget where we're going. At no time must we forget our vision. At no time should we forget that we are alive and we are moving. All right. The next thing that I notice about the weather, right, is that it can be, it's the same season, it's the same diverse kind of weather, but you can have rain falling to the extent where it flood out the place. But in another instance, it is as if the sky is just so blue and wonderful. It is as if no rain had fallen. Yes, in this diversity, there is this idea or knowledge that there are aftermaths. There are some things that we have done in our lives, just like the weather. If you're living in a place where there's hurricane or tornadoes or earthquakes or that kind of stuff, there is an aftermath. But when it is over, the sky becomes so blue. I have seen it snowed until my shoes sank down into the snow. But then guess what? At the end of it, the sky was just so blue and the sun was just so glorious in its power. What am I saying to you in this? Yes, we have got to learn how to live through the aftermath of what is happening in our lives. We can't give up because guess what? We have experienced a deluge. We can't give up because we have experienced so much leftover snow that it covers everything. We can't give up. We've got to keep moving. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep getting up and face the day and said, even though today is like this, it won't be forever. The sun is gonna come out. All right. So we can't say that it's not gonna come out. It's going to come out. The sun is gonna shine again. And this is one of the things that I want to say to you. It doesn't matter how low you get. If you continue to press forward, the sun will come out. And what do I mean by the sun? I mean your ability to be successful, your ability to gain the kind of respect you want, the ability to learn the things that you set out to learn, and just about all of that kind of stuff. Why am I saying this? Because life comes with changes. The next thing that I realize about the weather, right, is that it might be snowing here, but it's not snowing everywhere. Or it might be raining here, but it's not raining everywhere. So do not stay in a place where one condition exists. Learn to move. If you continue to stay in this one place, that's the only weather that is going to be over you. Yes, even in places where it snows, it doesn't snow all the time. Well, then somebody would say it depends on where you're living in the world. But if that is so, then move to somewhere where it doesn't snow so much. You know, sometimes we're only getting the crosses we're getting or carrying the burdens we're carrying because we refuse to move from where we are. We sit down in a particular condition and accept it, and we live in it, and we say that this is all to life. No, it is raining here, but it's not raining somewhere else. Move to where it's not raining. And if it keeps raining, develop the kind of mindset that deals with rain. All right, I'm in this jacket today, not because it's the most beautiful day on the outside. No, it's cold. But then guess what? It's -2 degrees today. Well, for me, it is cold. For other people, they are walking around in shorts and that kind of stuff. But that's them, right? I have to do what I need to do in order to deal with the condition around me. Learn how to deal with the conditions around you and make something out of every day. Because once you keep looking at the conditions, right? Those 3 little principles that I want you to learn. There's diversity in weathers. Conditions change. Even when there is the same condition, the sun will come out, some things will happen. And even if the condition doesn't change, you change, because that's what life is all about. Learning how to move with the punches, or roll with the punches, as they say, but at the same time get ourselves in the position where we're not trapped by the conditions, we're not trapped or hemmed in by the impossibilities. We keep moving. This is JAW saying to you, by all means necessary, create a way out. And as you look at the principles of the weather, apply them to your life, because it may be raining now, but it won't be raining later. If you keep moving, if you decide to change, if you decide to go somewhere else, it won't be this way all the time. All right? So enjoy. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let me know how impactful this channel has been to you. And remember, make something out of every day, regardless of the condition. All right? God bless you. Bye.